Hi guys, my name is HarlinaVargas. I'm going to start today to explain a technological tool that is very useful for teachers. And for elementary school, they can use this tool to look for artworks, for famous artists, artworks, and to look at museums, galleries, instead of going to the museum. So the Art Project Google, I'm going to give a brief description of this technological tool. So it's an informative program or tool that can be utilized as a good basis source of learning about a variety of artworks made by famous artists, as well as a wide range of important places to explore. So the places that we can show to the students that they can look at it and explore will be the different museums around the world, like museums from Africa, museums for Mexico, museums from here, from United States. So as well, we can cover a lot of historical information and material while looking for visual artworks and looking at the galleries as well. So I'm gonna go to Google now. I was looking here. So I go to Google and I type Art Project. Here I type Art Project Google. So Google provides a very cool tool. I will say a very useful tool. So I'm gonna type here and search. I'm going to type about Leonardo da Vinci. The teacher at this moment is gonna teach about important artist Leonardo da Vinci. So I'm gonna look it up. If this is my lesson plan, my unit, my curriculum at the moment about talking about Leonardo da Vinci's work, his artworks, I can go to Art Project Google and use this tool to talk about Leonardo da Vinci's works. So I'm gonna click here. And in here appears a lot of museums, a lot of galleries that contain Leonardo da Vinci's works. So you see here in Israel, they have Leonardo da Vinci's works, one item. In here in the Art Institute of Chicago. So at the moment, I don't want to look at different museums. So I'm just gonna look at his artwork, so the student can be more aware, more engaged, and more using their critical thinking about this artist's work. So I'm gonna click on Leonardo da Vinci's work. So here we have 23 items. So I'm gonna move it here. Just move here. So I'm gonna click at this one. I'm gonna show my students this artwork. So I see that this artwork is on the Museum of Fine Arts in Budapest. It says here when was May 1490, sorry, and the title is Studies of Horses' Legs. So I want to see the details. I'm gonna click here, details. I want to know more about this composition. So if the teacher wants to show the illustration, they can look at here, Leonardo da Vinci's work, showing illustration of his work. And if the teacher also needs more information, wants to show the students more information about this artist's work, we can just look here on details, right click, and this is more about his work. Oops, in my face. Also, if I want to sum it up the picture, I can sum it up here. Sum it up, and I can drag it down here. I'm gonna drag it down. Doesn't drag down, but I'm gonna put it back to normal. And I'm gonna click again details, so I can read here the description. If I want to see more details, I can see the medium, I can see the size, the dimensions of the artwork, the type it was a drawing, and when it was published. and it's external links to show a video about this piece of artwork. So this art project Google is a very interesting tool that can give us a lot of information about artwork and also about a country. So let's look what I'm saying about country. Let's look about this country. Let's Google Africa. So I'm gonna type about Africa. I'm gonna look search. So in here we can see a lot of museums that have the collection of Africa culture. So I'm gonna click here. South Africa, I want to know more about South Africa culture, South Africa's word. So here, also this tool is very useful not only for art class but also for history. So if I want to know about Africa, here's a description of Africa, and I can see down here show on map if I want to see more on Africa. The exhibits, the show, the items that we have about Africa's culture, we can see here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna click only here in artworks. So we have on top of this tool, we have collections, artists, artists, and user galleries. So also wanna show here collection of different museums that contains different artworks. So I wanna click I want you guys to see also if I don't wanna go to a museum because of the weather or anything, I can just click here, user galleries, and I wanna look at the Museum of Fine Arts of Boston. I want to show my students this museum. So here, so this is a brief description of the Museum of Boston, and here there is some of the artworks that the museum have. Well, I think I made a mistake about looking about Africa. We all know that Africa is a continent, but we can look about countries in Africa. So we will see here my others demonstrations about what we can see about Africa's culture. Thank you.